Hello MolyFitters, back in the spare bedroom because of lockdown again, can't be in the studio. Today's video is for a lady that's contacted me in Australia who has glute problems, also facet joint problems and also a bursitis in the hip, which is quite a common problem. So these exercises to help with that, and we're going to do a few exercises starting in a sitting position to work on the core, because if you have a strong core, it stops unnecessary body weight going into the back and exacerbating the condition. So what we're going to do first of all is sit, and as I said before, it's important you find the correct chair. Now, unfortunately, because of my size, you only get my head or my legs. I found this stool which is perfect for me, because you want to make sure that your bottom is slightly higher, if not in line with your knees. If you sit with your knees above your bottom, what it does, it puts more pressure into your lower back and it's hard to maintain a neutral lumbar spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to just sit up straight with a neutral lumbar spine, which basically means no unnecessary pressure in the lower back. Now activate your core, and what you do here is by drawing in the muscles behind the muscles. You want to pull them in slightly so you can feel something activated. Now the trick is here, when you're doing it, make sure you breathe. One of your core muscles is your pelvic floor, and it's easy to try and contract everything and it stops you from breathing. So we're just going to sit with a nice open chest. What I mean by an open chest is not by wrenching the shoulders back, just from your sternum to your elbow, draw your chest open so you can feel your chest lifting. We're going to hold that there and we're just going to breathe, keeping our core activated. Now the first exercise we're going to do is lifting the leg. I want you to keep the knee at a 90-degree angle and without leaning back. So if I do it side on, without leaning back, your core stays on. Lift the leg up, hold for a few seconds, and then bring it back down. Good. And this gets you used to using your core and keeps the pressure out of your back. So we're just going to do a few of those. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, and down. 2, 2, 3, and down. 3, 2, 3, and down. 4, 2, 3, and down. Last time. 5, 2, 3, good. And now for 30 seconds, we're going to keep that core on, keep the chest open and just breathe. Nice big breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. So get used to breathing whilst you're activating your core. Right, now unfortunately you can't see my feet, and when I start doing this exercise, you're not going to see much, but desperate times, sorry. I want you to sit with your feet hip distance apart, and turn your toes slightly out. Not all the way out, so you have duck feet, just slightly out. And in doing this, this will activate your glute muscles, so it gets them working during this exercise. Now, easily done, wrong, leaning forwards to stand up. What we want to do is we want to use our core and stand, and then sit back down, pushing the bum as far back as you can. This way, you don't want your knees to travel past your toes. So you want your knees directly over your toes, or even better, your ankles. Use your core to stand up and try and feel your glute muscles activated. So we're standing up and down. We're going to do another 3 of these. Nice deep breaths. 1, use that core, good. 2, good. 1 more time, and 3. Excellent. So now we're going to do some floor exercises, and you can do these on the floor, but if you struggle getting down on the floor, you can also do them on the bed. The first exercise we're going to do is a piriform stretch. Now that's a muscle that sits deep in the buttocks, and when it goes wrong, it strangles the sciatic nerve, so it can cause a bit of pain. So we'll start with that easy stretch. Lie down, head on the floor, feet flat, knees bent 90 degrees. Grab your knee and pull it over towards the opposite shoulder. And we're just going to hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat that on the other side. Both hands grab the knee, pull it over towards the opposite shoulder and hold it there. Now, if your piriformis is tight, you'll feel a slight stretch in the center of the buttock. If it's not tight, you won't feel it, which is good news. And rest. From there, we're going to do the clam exercise. And this is an exercise that strengthens the glute, particularly the glute medius. So this one, you need to lie down on your side. Support your head either here or here. So bend your heels back, 90-degree at the knee. Make sure the knees are in line with the chest. The golden rule is the hips go forward like so. If your hips aren't forward, you'll get a big movement and most of the exercise will go into your back. So this, if you're doing it properly, you know, because it's a small movement. So like this, feet stay together, just lift the top knee up and you should feel it just off the hip in the buttock. So let's do 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's rest. Let's do a second set. And you're looking for a smooth action here. If your leg's wobbling around and quite hesitant, that means there's work to be done. If it's nice and smooth, then you've got a nice strong glute medius. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And when you've done that, repeat the same on the other side, 2 sets of 10. Now we're going to go up into a cat stretch to stretch our upper back, give the back a little bit of a relief. On all fours, arms parallel to legs, hands directly underneath shoulders, knees directly underneath hips, arch your spine up to the ceiling and gently lower your head. And you're aiming to stretch the muscles either side of the spine. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and from there, close the legs but keep the knees open. Drop the bottom down onto your heels, stretch the arms, and hold it there. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up into the cat stretch, arch up nice and high. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's great. So now we're just going to do another stretch for the glute. We're going to do 2 stretches. The first one is the lighter of the 2. With this one, you cross the ankle on the knee. With one hand, support the ankle to stop the foot from moving, and the other hand, go on the outside of the knee and just pull your knee across like so. Head down, and you should feel this in the buttock. If that one's not doing much, you can advance the stretch by actually grabbing the leg that's on the floor and pulling it in. And this is a really big stretch for the glutes, so go easy on this. You want it so it looks like a 90-degree angle. Okay, don't pull too hard, it's a really firm stretch. And again, hold that for 10 seconds, and when you're finished, repeat it on the other side. Anyway, that's it from me. If you need any more help during lockdown, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing much, so please get in contact and we'll see what we can do. Until then, stay safe and take care.